Welcome back to Trader UK, the money management channel. I had to get another quick video out today, even though I actually posted one earlier on. After the incredible rise of SPI Energy. SPI Energy, who I could barely find a logo for, that's how well known they are. One of my platforms described it as a parabolic rise, and I think that's a great word to use for what's happened. I'm not here to tell you to buy, I'm not here to tell you to sell, but I am a little bit concerned for a couple of reasons. So we're going to take a very quick look at this one today. Before we do get going today, if you could do me a huge favor and smash the like button, it always helps out with the channel. In fact, smash the like button for me if you didn't know anything about SPI Energy until today, and that actually includes myself. Just to put this into perspective today was a terrible day in the market. The Nasdaq was down nearly 3%. This is my favorites list from one of my accounts, and it all looks red. Look at it all. Tesla, huge losses, 10% after battery day disappointed. Well, it didn't actually disappoint me. I was quite impressed, but clearly most investors were not. Amazon, Apple, 4% drops. It was just an all-round bad day to be an investor, in particular in the tech sector. Unless, of course, you happen to be holding SPI Energy stock, which can't be many of us. If there is anyone watching this who's holding SPI stock, make sure you let me know in the comments so I know who's getting the beers tonight, but there can't be many of us. And if you are one of those people like myself who have no idea what SPI Energy do, well, they are a company who operate primarily in solar power, battery storage, but they also provide the hardware for mining, and I don't mean gold and silver, I mean more like Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies. So to an investor, it's a very exciting company. And of course, it helps that their operations are very, very similar to Tesla, less the electric vehicles. But now it seems that they want to be exactly like Tesla. So they announced that they've launched a 100% wholly owned subsidiary to operate in the EV market, and that they'll be partnering with some other companies with this venture. Now, I saw this piece of news before the market actually opened this morning, and I started to look into the company. I quickly saw it was Nasdaq listed, tiny market cap, about 10 million, maybe less than that, and I could obviously see that they operate in solar and battery storage. Multinational company, and now they obviously want to have a look at EVs. Of course they do, why wouldn't they? So I checked in on this stock after the market opened, and it was about 300% up, which was ridiculous enough for me. I actually always try to stay away from things like this, but of course I get very tempted, just like everyone else does. But anyone who knows anything about investing will always try to tell you, don't jump blindly into an investment. But the truth is, sometimes you don't need to know anything about a company or its products. You just have to understand the market. And we know what the market's like at the moment. We know the hype around EVs. We saw what happened with Tesla. We saw what happened with Nikola. And it only took a couple of hours more until I got a notification on my phone that SPI had gone parabolic. It actually topped $46 at one point before settling down to finish the day at $14 a share. Now, for me, there are two things that actually concern me here. Firstly, everyone is so desperate to find the next Tesla. Institutions can just prey on retail investors, prey on their predictability. It's so easy. The 300% rise we saw this morning, before hours, well, that's just institutions not betting on the company, because the company hasn't actually done anything yet, unless they know something that we don't. They haven't released a product, they haven't agreed any partnerships. They just launched a subsidiary to try and operate in the EV market. That's all. They said they're going to do it. That's all that's happened. But institutions knew that retail investors would run with this, and they picked up a few shares. Nothing huge, but a few shares. And looking at the after hours trading here, it's now sitting about $20 a share, so it's gone up even further. But look at the trades. It's all small volume. 282, 18, 50, 50, 110, 100 shares. It's nothing huge going on. Nobody's buying thousands of shares. They're just picking up a couple of hundred to see if the stupidity continues, which I imagine it will. They know with such a small market cap, the retail investor market can really shift the value like they did with Hertz, for example. So that's the first point. Secondly, the EV market right now definitely resembles a dot-com bubble. Just put .com in the name and the share price will rocket. That's exactly what's happening again. Mention EVs or charging stations or renewable energy or cloud computing, and it doesn't matter if you don't have a product yet. Investors are going to pile in. It would be interesting to see now if SPI Energy use this to their advantage and maybe go and raise some capital. Maybe that was the ploy all along. Now, what do I think about this company? Well, I have no idea. I have no idea about this company. And like any company that I have no idea about, I'm not going to invest. I mean, there could be some huge partnership in the works that we don't really know about yet, but I think more than likely they just want to start operating in more probably the charging stations and the networks rather than actually producing their own electric vehicles. So of course, there's still a lot of potential here, but market cap is now 200 million, up from 10 million. 10 million yesterday, this was. So it would have to be a hell of a deal for such a small company to warrant that valuation. That being said, if you are any good at timing the market, which I am not, then there's a huge opportunity here. It wouldn't surprise me if there's another jump tomorrow after the news of today's results go mainstream and they're all over the web. We might see even more retail investors trying to jump on this. So we're used to seeing companies with market caps hundreds of billions. So that 200 million looks cheap nowadays, but I certainly will be sitting this one out. I would much rather back Tesla, who are mass producing vehicles, who have the winning formula already. I think their stock price is looking really appealing now. Now, before I leave you, because I don't want to talk about this one for too long, I don't know a huge amount about this company. Do me a favor, I suggest you go and take a look at their website. Does this look like the website of a NASDAQ listed future tech giant, or does it look like something your neighbor knocked up for their solar installation business? I'll let you be the judge. Let me know in the comments. That's all I have to say about that. Let me know what you think, guys. Are they the real deal, or is this just retail investor stupidity at its finest?